just how good he is. And how like much we took it for granted for so long. We didn't even realize like how good he was until like recently. But we were talking. Well, he was saying like, what if like, he's not partying anymore. He's like sober, like, and he's focused on just being the best hockey player he can be. Like, what if he was doing that like through their 6 year like where they made all those cup runs? Can you imagine like if he was putting up over 100 points in 11, 12, and 14, like those 3 years?
You know how many more points those other like teammates would have had too? Like
that's what
Sharp
I'm saying.
And fucking.
I mean, the Hawks almost came back in 2011 against Vancouver. Like, can you imagine if Kaner now was playing on that team? Like,
oh yeah,
the Hawks got so much worse and Kaner got so much better. It's unbelievable.
It's crazy.
He's so good. He's so good.
I told you guys about that too. There was one like graph that I saw that was just like career points, and it's like Crosby, Ovechkin, Malkin all start right up here. There's like points per year, points
drifting
per game.
Down.
Per game, like down the season or whatever. And Kaner starts lower, and then it just goes like this. And it's like on Reddit, it's like, does anybody tell Kaner that that's not how you're supposed to do it?
Yeah.
He's got that COVID line. It's just starts low and just skyrockets straight up, man.
They try to see, and then they're trying to social distance him out of the league.
The NHL is just like, hey, we got to flatten this curve, guys. We got to flatten that game.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Yeah, real life into hockey, baby.
Hey, good thing you're recording that.
Yeah.
Hey.
You are now tuned in to the Windy City Benders podcast. This is WCBP.
So I think that's the perfect way to jump right into this episode. Welcome to episode 96 of the Windy City
shit, were you recording that?
I was recording the whole time.
Oh, dope, dude. Because I could not come up with that ever again.
He's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
As you can hear or see, Nolly's back.
Hey, I'll come back, Nolly. Thanks, guys.
Hey, welcome back, Nolly.
Nolly, how you doing?
Oh, just greasy as could be, man. I gotta go shower. I'm getting to the point where I'm like disgusted with myself, but also like, what's the point anyway?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
If you can't smell it still, then you're fine. Whatever.
Well, I mean, I don't have a sense of smell, not because of COVID, just normally.
You got the Dewey Cox syndrome.
I don't understand that reference.
You never seen Dewey Cox?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god! So Dewey Cox in the movie,
no, I understand the movie.
Okay, well, he loses sense of smell after he kills his brother.
Logically, because that's what happens if you kill
because it's a comedy movie, All right, whatever. And also here is Tanner. What's up, bud?
What's going on, boys?
How's the no work / sleeping on the couch life?
Dude, it's great. Shit's tight.
Worth it.
We're probably gonna get a new couch soon, so it's gonna be so sick.
Can I get a pull-out couch?
Yeah, I got a comfort level up. It'll. Oh, feels good. All right, well, episode 96.
Yeah, I guess we could call it the Conway.
Charlie Conway.
Yeah.
The Pavel Bure.
The Pavel Bure. Stick with NHL. All right, Pavel Bure. Well, there's so really pretty much is on par as with how it's been going in the hockey world. There were some talks after we recorded last week that the NHL was going to try to finish the season by playing all games in North Dakota. What do you guys think about that? Worth it?
I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. Like you tell all these guys that they can go home. Like most of them are like, I don't know, obviously a certain percentage of them aren't from North America. So like you told those guys it's okay to go back to Europe, like back home. Like there's no flights going from Europe to America right now. Like why would – and then plus that travel, like you're bringing – like North Dakota doesn't have that many cases, and you're going to bring guys from Europe and Canada and stuff like that to an area that doesn't have many cases. And I heard they're not even on lockdown in North Dakota because they don't have much going on up there.
Right.
So what's the point of bringing all that? And plus people are saying like, oh yeah, you have to test each player before every game. It's like, that's just a waste of tests. Like,
yeah,
I want it bad. I fucking miss hockey, man. Especially knowing yesterday was start of playoffs supposed to be, like, I'm fucking losing it right now. I am going absolutely fucking insane. I did a fucking puzzle. I'm so fucking bored. I need something to fucking do, man. I'll watch the shit out of any sport right now, but this is fucking.
I've been watching highlights like crazy.
I know. But, I got the top 10 highlights up right now.
It's gonna be this pretty much the same thing you're saying. It's like if the place doesn't have any like coronavirus activity, so like why would you risk bringing all these players and all these people? Like you have more than just the players. You have like the personnel for the teams. You have the coaches. You have like assistants. You have
the
like
doctors.
Everything.
Well, you're gonna have it televised. You have all the cameramen and like,
exactly.
You can broadcast from home.
These people have to travel though. All these people have to travel through airports or whatnot, and they're gonna be in contact with all sorts of people that could have been doing any kind of shit. And then that's just all gonna be brought there. It's like. You already have some players that are like still getting diagnosed with it, and like, what, you're just gonna leave them out because they have corona? Like, you never know like who's gonna spread it, and you get one person that's like asymptomatic in a locker room, and now boom, 30 fucking guys have it.
Exactly.
Ottawa's up to 6 guys as well, by the way, so it's up to 9 total players.
I heard like most of those guys have recovered already, though.
Oh yeah, they've all recovered and all that, but like,
not only that, but like, what, you're gonna have it at North Dakota's like facility? Like, you're gonna have 31 teams at one rink, maybe 2 if they have a practice facility. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna be playing every single fucking day with like 4 games in a row every day, which would be fucking dope. Are you kidding me?
That's like some
just
fucking
line it up.
Tournament. Tournament stuff.
It's Thanksgiving tournament.
It's like, fucking Minnesota high school hockey tournament. Like, let's go, dude.
That'd be sick.
But that ice is gonna be garbage. Like, it's just it's not. I also heard that they were saying like that's just one option, but another option is like 4 disclosed locations where it's like not as many people in one area and like you can use more ice slots. But I was listening to Steve Dangle podcast today and they had Chris Johnson on, and he was saying from his sources that the NHL is confident that like a Stanley Cup will be given out this year without like ruining, like pushing back next season at all. And it's not only like they're confident, like because they want to be optimistic, like they're confident and they have a guy, like they have a strict COVID guy in their like system that's like in talks with the government and stuff like that. So like he thinks like there's stuff out there that like not like the general public doesn't know about yet. So like that's why they're so confident in it. But
so that kind of asks the question though too, because then this past Sunday, President Trump met with all the commissioners out of NHL, MLB, NFL,
every sport,
so yeah, even WWE. But they said that
McMahon,
twice. He was on there twice for WWE. Did you see it? He's on the list twice for WWE.
He's a showman, you know.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, President Trump was saying that he fully expects fans or basically sports to be back in September. Then you have, I believe it's the governor or officials from California that saying, based on what they're hearing from their own sources, that they don't see any sports coming back until Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And
so this guy that Chris Johnson was talking about, what does he know that they're not like share? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's the most frustrating thing about all this is that
I don't think anybody can really predict anything.
Yeah.
Though.
There's just there's so much different, like, oh, this person's saying this person's saying this. It's like,
well, yeah, I think it's a lot of people also just like trying to throw out their own fucking opinion, but nobody's opinion holds any weight because you can't just be like, definitively, this is what's going to happen. It's like, oh, cool, well, let's stick to that timeline. And then it doesn't happen. You're like, this witch doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's like, yeah, dude, because nobody can break the fucking future.
Nobody's right or wrong in this situation. Like like nobody knows. I mean, you can kind of compare it to like China, but at the same time, you can't at all. Like it's different.
The sooner, like the way to get things back sooner is to be as cautious as possible and stop trying to fucking get things back as soon as possible.
Exactly. Yeah. And not only that, but like once they do get like sports back, like, do you really think that like they're going to want 20,000 people like sitting together in a building like that? Like they might, even if it goes back in September, it still might be empty arenas. Like you're not going to get fans. Like there's no way in 6 months that, I don't know. I don't see it.
It's gonna be such a slow, gradual, like
and not only that, but
life.
People wanting to be that close to that many people isn't gonna be a thing. Like people this is gonna change everything. Like people are gonna be freaking out. Like you
there's a
hear
lot of
one
people
cough,
that are just
people are just gonna look at you like, "Are
psychopaths."
you fucking kidding me? You're gonna be in public with a fucking cough?" Like it's like I saw something today. Actually, it was like a construction worker, and on the back of their vest they wrote in marker, "This is a smoker's cough. I don't have COVID. I promise."
Oh, I saw that shit. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
They're saying, yeah, one doctor saying that we should never do handshakes ever again.
Yeah.
Like it's absolutely ridiculous how
Yeah,
like
I'm not gonna just not be homies with my homies.
Yeah, right. I mean, people still say it's ass eating season. So like, what are you gonna stop? Shaking hands?
So, yeah, I mean, you can see like a whole bunch of like crazy things going on. Like, I don't know if the NHL was going to try to do something insane, kind of like the UFC's doing. Did you see about that?
No, I don't understand.
Dana White is in the process of, I don't know, purchasing or locking down a private island that he's going to be flying his fighters in so they can continue to do all their pay-per-views.
I saw it was like somewhere where like it's there's no like jurisdiction of whatever land that there is. So like there's no
it's just like international waters.
Right,
like,
exactly.
There's no
anything
body.
Goes. Yeah, exactly.
Like, so you can murder somebody and be like,
yeah, like you can literally let that UFC fight get out of hand if you want, and nothing will happen.
So
well, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Hearing it put that way, I actually would be very interested to see how that goes.
It's gonna. Oh, dude, that just made me think of like the movie Death Race, like with what's his fucking face? The bald guy, Jason Statham.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a bunch of prisoners on an island that basically has no laws, and they fucking murder each other in these like races, and like in order to win their freedom from prison. It's that type of shit that's gonna start happening for entertainment. Like no joke. We're about to fucking get to Death Race level.
At this point, it'd be a very welcomed anything to fucking get entertainment.
Dude, they have to start releasing prisoners anyway because of like if you heard that in Chicago, like the prisons are so packed and like there's coronavirus going through the prison like crazy.
Well, not only that,
Death Race.
Death Race to see who actually gets out of prison.
Yeah. I mean, either way you get out of prison, but you have corona, or you die and you don't have corona anymore.
Well, it's kind of like ridiculous though, but like they're letting like these people out of prison like that have I forget what kind of like crime it was where it's like whatever it's called.
Non-violent crimes.
But then they're arresting people that are just out in public. Like I get that you want to like strict like stay inside, but you're going to let actual criminals out and put people in prison that are just walking around outside.
Yeah, it's so.
Yeah, you got to cycle them through. Everybody gets a case.
Yeah, everybody gets one prison sentence.
And Chicago now is a 9 p.m. curfew for alcohol purchases.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Get out there.
I'll see you guys in a minute. I gotta go.
Gotta prepare for our Friday night drinks.
I guess there's been a bunch of like parties that happen at like B&Bs and stuff through the city. So mayor is just like no more.
Hilarious.
And speaking of curfews,
people are just gonna fucking buy a lot more.
There was also another town. I fucking wish I remember where it was, but they're doing a siren for their curfew, and they picked the Purge siren.
I was gonna say, is it like gonna sound like the Purge? Like
yeah,
every night.
So it was like the actual Purge siren. They're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna do that.
You know, the first day that we went on lockdown, I know she's got to go to the bathroom. We got to pause for a minute. But the first day that we went on lockdown was like the day of the Purge. Like in the first movie, it was the same exact day as the Purge.
Oh shit!
Like, yeah, I swear.
Oh, like in the actual film?
Yeah, it's 3/21/20. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some creepy shit.
Isn't that weird?
Awesome. That is awesome, though.
All right, can we pause real quick?
Yeah, power pause. I know we don't want to talk about Corona all the time, but obviously that's the big headline in the fucking world right now. So there are a couple other things that have been going on through the news of hockey. This past Monday was the 2-year anniversary of the Humboldt Broncos bus crash. It's kind of crazy that it's already been 2 years for that.
Yeah.
It still feels kind of like yesterday seeing that all those like tweets and like news flashes of that being announced. That was 16 players were killed, 13 were injured. Left a lot of those players that were injured paralyzed and all that. A lot of them are making good recoveries and all that. Definitely,
it's pretty intense. And
yeah.
I saw some photos online that people had taken of like the memorial site, like where the bus got hit, and it still has so many like hockey sticks and just like flowers everywhere, and just like, it's not going to be like a forgotten thing. So it's really cool to see the hockey community still come together for something like that.
The amount of money that they rallied together and raised, it's one of those things that
was insane.
It makes you proud. It really makes you proud to be a part of the hockey community. And it's like, no matter what's going on the ice, kind of thing, at the end of the day, everybody is a family, they're brothers or sisters, kind of thing. So, yeah, that was, and then another really sad story. Edmonton Oilers player, Colby Cave, right now is in medically induced coma. He was suffering from brain bleeding. He went through surgery. I believe they removed a cyst that was on his brain.
Yeah.
Again, this kid's only 25 years old.
She's the post that his wife had.
Yeah.
It's fucking heartbreaking.
It's so heartbreaking, and it's hard to read because you can tell how upset it is, and like it's making her, and like the fact that, like we said, we don't want to talk about the COVID-19, but that's the thing that's keeping anybody out of the room to say anything to him or do anything. And it's just like they just get to hear from like a walkie-talkie or something like that, like that he's doing okay, or like some video feed or something like that.
This whole situation's sad, but the saddest fucking thing is like when people die of like COVID, you don't get any closure. You can't go see them. Like they automatically put them. What the fuck's the word? Well, they turn them into ashes. I can't think of it. They cremate them. Thank you. They automatically cremate them. Like you don't get any closure. Like you can't go see them. You're not gonna have like a funeral for them because there's just so many dead bodies piling up that the morgues are over full, and like they just have to cremate all these people. And like you can't go to the hospital and see them on their on their deathbed. And it's the saddest fucking thing. I can't imagine, especially like in this situation where it's not even COVID related. It's just like a serious fucking issue, like health issue, and like you can't be there just to like console the person that's like in the hospital. Like,
yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine what it'll be like when he wakes up and he's just in a hospital room with no one around him.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like, the fuck is going on?
Did they say how they figured this out, or like what happened?
Not that I saw.
It wasn't like super detailed when I was reading about it. It was just, I heard that it was just like a brain bleed that led to him getting in a medically induced coma.
It's kind of almost got a one or two if it's kind of a blessing in disguise that the hockey, like there's no hockey being played. Like if it was something happened where he was at home and they discovered him like this.
It was like a Bowmeister thing.
Yeah.
Where like collapsed on the bench or something.
Yeah. Like if he was like, imagine if he was like on the road or something in a hotel room and something like that, Yeah. But fuck, bunch of sad shit we're talking about today. But a couple dumb stuff, we'll try to lighten it up a little bit. Over the past couple of days, we've been posting a couple of different things on social media, like quarantine, what house you want to quarantine with, and fuck Poets. Kid never shows up on the podcast, and everybody votes for his goddamn.
I didn't even know that's what we were actually doing. I thought it was just like you guys were asking me 4 players I want to be quarantined with. And it was like, personally, well, I want to get shit-faced with Drew. I want Keith Gamble around to fucking make jokes. I want Panarin to play video games with, and then I don't remember what Shifley to just talk hockey nonstop.
Honestly, like I didn't want to copy like anybody's, and when you said Shifley, I was like, motherfucker, dude. I was like, dude, that was the one I was like, great. Son of a bitch. And Keith Yandel, dude. Your house is a good one. I'd pick mine, but yours is definitely second.
Like it makes sense for like the players that you like, oh yeah, like Poetzy's thing is like great, like I love those players, but it's like I have a reason for having all those players. I don't just like those are players I just like those are players that I would love to hang out with. Like
like Shifley, like he's a hockey fucking nerd. I would love to get in conversation with him.
Fuck yeah.
I also
would love to do the 03 draft.
I just love how specific you got too, Nolly. Patrick Kane. Not any Patrick Kane. 2013 Patrick Kane.
Oh, it's got to be 2013 because one, I don't want sober Patrick Kane in quarantine with me right now. That would be sick for like weightlifting, but I already said Sidney Crosby. I got the weightlifting covered. Not only like 2013 because I don't want 2010 because 2013 he's done it twice. I need all the stories, and he's still in full fucking party mode. I need that. That's the kind of guy I need in my life right now. And 18 Ovi.
Yeah, and 18 Ovi.
That was my idea, though. That was my idea.
I know. I originally had Spets on there just because I would love to hear him laugh all day, every day. Like, it would definitely brighten up my quarantine every single day.
I love Jason Spezza for that laugh. There's a video on YouTube of like 10 hours of him laughing.
Yeah. I think if I go onto YouTube right now, it's probably 6 hours in because I've watched it so many times. Like, it just keeps popping up in the same spot.
It's so good.
So and then another one we posted actually today. It was like pick one jersey. So we did 9 different jersey choices, and it really seems like I only did.
What do you mean? I didn't hear this.
Oh yeah, well I mean on social
media.
It's not my fault.
It's not my fault.
Yeah, so it kind of seems like the Winter Classic from this at Notre Dame, and then the original third, all black third, are like the 2 most popular picks for everybody.
Honestly, people love that one. I thought it was just okay.
Which one? The black one?
Just the all black one, yeah.
All black thirds, yeah.
Yeah, I thought they were okay.
I was looking for the 90s.
People
the 90s
freak out over them though.
I'm kind of like really vibing with like the first one. What was that? That was
one was
Washington,
series, right?
The Washington Winter Classic.
No, isn't that 5? Isn't it number 5 right now?
That was the Minnesota Stadium series.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then number 1 is sick.
I still like that original like Wrigley Field Winter Classic one.
Oh yeah,
that one's still dope.
With all the stripes.
Yeah, I'd go with this year's Winter Classic.
Yeah.
I fucking love that jersey.
It's so good. I just wish they would play better in it.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't choose
They got
one
win.
So. Yeah, they got one.
Wasn't it the latest game that they played too?
Yeah,
it was the last one. Yeah,
it's fine. Everything's fine.
Yes.
Fine. It's all good.
I mean, that's cool. And then
I know what's fucked up. Oh, there you go.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I can't even click on like to see what the comments are because I don't have a Facebook. But who is this Russian guy?
I don't know.
Where'd you come from, bud?
He counts a lot.
We got listeners from everywhere, baby.
Hey, we'll get some more Artemi Panarin, Ovechkin talking there for you.
What's also funny is on Instagram we posted like, oh, what should we record tomorrow? What should we talk about? And this dude commented, and it's all in Russian, and I can't like copy it or like.
You can't translate it?
No, because I can't copy
translate
it.
button.
So I'm like, oh shit, no, because it's like in a message. It was like one of those like answer like Instagram story things.
Oh.
So I can't copy the text or anything like that. And I'm just like, oh shit.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, we can do this. You can put it up, and then my phone can do translate like
Do you want me to
on the
screenshot
screen
and text you?
Like text translation, like from my camera.
Yeah.
Like I could just if you hold it up to the camera, I could fucking do it.
All right, we're trying this. This is awesome podcast right here.
Or we could just wait.
Yeah, we can wait. We'll do that.
Also, we can do another power pause. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Apparently, there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm super stoked to find out what it says.
Yeah, right. It's probably just like "fuck you guys" or something like
that.
Who's the best Russian player born, and why is it Putin?
Yeah. All right. Do you want to bring up the list, Nolly?
I don't care. Go ahead.
What's the list?
So me and Nolly listened to a popular Barstool podcast.
Go ahead. Do you want to pause?
Yeah, KFC Radio. And on the latest episode, they were talking about the top 5 fictional bars.
Top 5 fictional bars.
Yeah.
Like in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
So, because the way this came up on their show is that they're talking about how much they miss just going out to bars.
Oh, yeah.
They miss all that kind of stuff. So me and Nolly each came up with our list, and we just want to throw it to you on the spot. So you got to think about it on the spot.
Because you're the bartender, you should know this.
This is shitty.
So we're start 5 and go up.
I don't even know if
you ranked it.
I don't even know if I can think of 5.
Oh, once we start throwing them out there, you'll start thinking of them.
Shit.
If you didn't put them in order, like that's fine.
So
I'll say mine in reverse order. I'll go 5 first.
Okay, you go first.
All right, mine's Patty's Pub from fucking
I was
Always Sunny.
Okay, that was gonna be one of mine.
Because I want that bottom because that's a grimy fucking place, and I'm not trying to go there all the time. Yeah,
that's a hometown bar. That's like once you're retired, you go in there once they open and you leave once they close.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, so my bottom one, Patty's Pub is on my list, but my bottom one, and this is because I told you I'm not sure this one's gonna count. I'm calling it. It is Puzzles from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Does that count?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh fuck.
I mean, they held it in the fucking.
Okay, perfect. All right, 100%. I wasn't sure if that was gonna count because it technically wasn't.
Why is it called Puzzles?
That's the puzzle.
That's the puzzle.
I almost put that on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's start with whatever that. It's the name of the cantina in Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that one. Just because you'd be hanging out with a bunch of aliens, drinking alien drinks and shit. And they actually have it at like Disney World or something. They actually have a bar
probably that
actually has like mimicked cocktails from like the movie.
Moe's LZ Cantina.
What?
Yeah.
I probably butchered spelling it, so.
You butchered spelling it? You said LZ.
Hey, Moe's easily it's MOSEISLEY Cantina.
I'm not even gonna.
Well, my next one is the Garrison from Peaky Blinders because that'd be fucking sick, man.
I haven't
never seen the
Peaky
show.
Blinders yet.
Oh, you guys gotta watch it. It'd be fucking sick.
That's with Scarecrow, right?
Yeah.
Peaky fucking Blinders.
The Peaky fucking Blinders.
My next one is Shaw's Bar from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I don't fucking know shit.
That's a good one.
Moe's Tavern.
There you go.
There you go.
There's an actual Moe's Tavern in Chicago too.
Is that a pop-up one?
No, it's actually not a pop-up bar.
Shit.
It's legit. Yeah, it's in like Logan, like Avondale area. I used to live like really close to it.
My next one, this one definitely counts. Don't disagree with me. The fucking Goat House, baby. BMS. Going to the fucking Goat House.
Oh, I didn't even.
There's a bar in there.
I didn't even think about that one.
If Puzzles counts, fucking Goat House counts.
So my next one was going to be Patty's Pub, so I'll skip to my one after that. The Winchester, Shaun of the Dead.
Ooh.
Never watched it.
Got bad juju. A lot of murder.
Mine's the Alibi from Shameless because that's just that's the same thing. You walk in, you're there like regulars only. You're waiting in line out in front until they open, and then you're there till they close. And they give out free drinks all the time because they don't give a fuck.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Fucking you just made me think of like since you were thinking about Shaun of the Dead, I was thinking about what is it, End of the World or the other Simon Pegg movie where they go bar hopping.
Yeah.
Any one of those bars.
The World's End.
any bar on that.
World's End. Just say the World's End.
Yeah, the World's End. We'll do that one. Yeah. There's like, I don't know, aliens / robot kind of things.
All right. So the number one, right?
Yeah.
All right. I have a feeling you go up, but I have a feeling we might have the same number one.
I doubt it. Mine's McLaren's.
Yeah, McLaren's.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
What?
McLaren's
from How I Met Your Mother. Like the actual bar that they sit in.
What about Modine's?
What's Modine's?
Modine's from Letterkenny.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Or from the bar from Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. That's what it's called. Yeah, fuck.
I also had, in case the puzzles didn't count, I had Drunken Clam from Family Guy.
Yeah, I thought about that one too.
I think Modine's would be a good one.
Which one? Modine's 1, 2, or 3?
3. It's because Bonnie McMurray works there. Fuck.
That is true. That could be top just because of that.
Yeah.
Bonnie McMurray.
There you go.
Oh man, that's fun. I like doing shit like that, hypotheticals and.
Yeah, we're still a hockey podcast. Trust me. It's just not a lot of hockey going on.
But not to plug any of their stuff though. But did you see that like on their site, Nolly, that they have a bunch of like these fake bar tees?
No.
God, I wish their shirts were better quality because I would like buy a shit ton of them.
Yeah. Yeah, me and Tanner were talking about that Panarin leg kick one. We were like,
it could have been done so much better.
I know, and their shirts They just kind of
Is that from them?
Yeah, it's Barstool.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Well, so we brought it up earlier. Wednesday would have been the start of the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs. Had we not been in a goddamn pandemic. We have the list. I mean, technically, we have the list of teams that are in as of right now.
Well, it depends on what variation.
Right. So I mean, we have
right now. You're going for.
Yeah. If you look at the standings and based on this, we can do a whole list off of that. But as we were talking during the power pause, Tanner brought it up and Nolly confirmed it that Chris Johnson was talking about it. There's a whole different ballpark that they might be doing. So I'll let you guys kind of take that over.
Well, one way they're thinking about it is every team's played at least 68 games, so they might
They're talking about doing a rollback and just making the standings all be at 68 games played.
So if you've played over 68 games, like the games over 68 actually don't count, which is weird, especially since what Tanner said earlier was like if you count the first 68 games, 2 teams are in, and if you count the second 68 games, 2 different teams are in. Which is
it's
fucking wild.
Like in the Western Conference, if it's like I saw it on Reddit, but I can't find it again, so I have no idea like how to credit anybody for this. But it was like if you only take the first 68 games played for every team, then in the playoffs in the wild card seeding would be Minnesota and Vancouver, and then this is just like I'm not exact. It's just I'm pretty positive it's what it was. And then if you take the later 68 games played from every team, then instead of those 2, it would be Calgary and Nashville. And then another situation would also be like Columbus would be in instead of like Carolina, or then Carolina would be in instead of Columbus. So it's kind of like that's a really shitty situation when you figure out like what 68 games you're gonna be choosing. And then another thing that was like brought up was the fact that like, what if you're a team that played like your 68th game and it was a loss against a team that played their 69th game? Like you still have their loss recorded. They get that win nullified. And so it's just like, what the fuck is the deal here? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then he was also saying that they want to try out like more than 16 teams make the playoffs, and like there's a play-in game or something along those lines, like wild card, like a kind of baseball style. And they want to, like whatever they end up using this year, they want to extend it from here on out, obviously, because they want to change something up, but they also want, I mean, there's going to be 32 teams instead of 30 soon. So they want to change it up, which I get, but at the same time, like 16 is exactly half of 32. But I guess if you're, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
If can you imagine like 2 wildcard games in each conference, 1 play-in game to get into the like final 2 spots in the playoffs? Those games would be fucking bananas.
They would murder each other. Like,
oh my god.
It's a game 7. That's all it is. Like,
yeah, 100%. Like, oh my god, that would be.
Does it get played at a neutral site? Or does it get played at like the team that has like the more points? Like,
I would assume the more points.
I just wish they would go back to the old playoff format where, which was kind of weird because there was like 3 divisions per conference and it was like top 3 teams, and then it was just
you could still do
4 through 8.
I mean, you could still do like, I mean,
top 2. Yeah, top 2 take top 2 spots, and then 3 through 8.
Yeah,
and then the cool part about that fucking seeding was when the playoffs would be every series had to end because they would reseed the teams, and it would always be top seeded team plays the lowest seeded team.
Yeah,
you could never fucking have like 1 versus like 3 like next round. Like that doesn't make sense.
Which is bullshit how it is set up right now, because it's like you get like, what's the point of doing well if you don't get first overall? Like, if you don't get first in your division, like there's no point.
Tampa, Toronto, and Boston have had that shit going on for the last like 3 years. It's
exactly. Like
they're top fucking 8 teams in the league, and they have to meet each other eventually in the second round. It's just like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, not only that, I mean, like, good. Hey, Leafs, way to go. You had over 100 points this season. First round, you got to play Boston.
Yeah.
Second best team in the fucking, probably the conference. And then, hey, Boston, way to go. You took out Toronto, like one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. Now you got to play fucking Tampa, the President's Trophy winners. Like, what's the, like, what?
No, they didn't.
No, I know, but like,
that's Columbus.
Right.
You're essentially having back-to-back conference final caliber.
Yeah. I mean, that's the way
you want your best hockey being played later in the playoffs.
Perfect fucking example. 2014 Hawks fucking Kings. That's the Stanley Cup. That was the Stanley Cup. Everybody knows that. Can you imagine if that was the first round? Like, that would have sucked.
Yeah.
That's fucking fun.
But so based on what they're saying, like if it's just, your normal stuff as standing as is, you want me to read out the matchups that we got?
Can't you switch to diesels? Good for you.
Yeah. Only had a couple of Bud Lights left, so.
So in the Eastern Conference, you got Boston would have taken the first place in the conference. They also would have taken first place in the entire league with the Presidents.
Are we going with as of now standing?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, as of now. So I got Boston versus Columbus in that. Then you got Tampa versus Toronto. Then you got Washington versus Carolina. And then Philly versus Pittsburgh. This makes me angry re-looking at these because these would have been so many good series.
Every fucking series.
The East is the exact, or the West is the exact same way. The West, you got St. Louis versus Nashville, Colorado versus Dallas, Vegas versus Winnipeg, and Edmonton versus Calgary.
Yeah.
Do you hear what Connor McDavid said?
No.
They went straight into the playoffs as is. Calgary Edmonton series is like they're gonna die.
Like, that's murder.
If we go straight into that, it's gonna be hell.
Winnipeg Vegas would probably be pretty good too, because Winnipeg got knocked out by Vegas their first fucking year in the Western Conference Final.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Winnipeg would want like some fucking huge revenge from that because they were dead from that Nashville series right beforehand.
Yeah, they got screwed.
But yeah,
that's another reason that like that should have been the conference final. Like Vegas should not have made the Stanley Cup final because it should have been Nashville Winnipeg conference final.
Yeah, that's
if you go 1 through 8. Vegas does not make it past the second round.
Fleury was on fire that year though too.
He was, but like, can you imagine a healthier Winnipeg or healthier Nashville team against them?
True. Not like a fucking 7-game series, dog tired.
Yeah.
You got to imagine, too, a lot of these teams, these are going to be, like, healthy, full-strength guys.
Well, I was just going to say, Giordano came out and said if, like, the playoffs started now, it might be the greatest playoffs that we've ever seen because 3 teams have full fucking strength.
Yeah, Tarasenko would actually be back.
Yeah, which is also kind of
back, like, the last couple games, too.
Yeah. Like, but, I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of bullshit for some teams that were healthy, going to play teams that weren't healthy that probably could have beat them in the first round. But now every team's healthy.
Hey, you got to beat them at their fucking best. That's what it should be in the playoffs. It sucks.
Yeah, but nobody's healthy in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks to watch like hockey that's not as good as it could be because some people are hurt.
Right.
Like in the finals, it's like everybody's hurt because everybody is like dead. Like.
Also, how good of hockey is this going to be if they go straight into the playoffs, though? Because you think about it, what's like the tune-up period that they're going to get? Like
they'll get like a 2-week training camp.
Yeah,
but still, you remember when there was that lockout shortened season? Even with the tune-up
Blackhawks,
camp,
baby, they're coming in.
The first couple though, the first week or so of games, it just looked terrible. It was just not good hockey because these guys just didn't have. So it's like you got to also wonder though too. It's like.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, they haven't been on the ice in how long now, which sucks. Like, some of them, like, they're doing some at-home workouts, but I'm sure they don't have, like, a full gym that they usually would have. But if you go straight into playoffs, I mean, it might not be great hockey, but it's still playoff hockey.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they will amp up everything.
Maybe give a team like Columbus a shot, But then again, Columbus didn't need that last year to sweep fucking Tampa.
Dude, I would love it if Columbus did another sweep.
Boston. Bye-bye.
That would be unreal. Like, Columbus is the type of team now that I'm just like, they're just going to ruin somebody's party and then not go all the way. That's like what they want to do.
You know what, though? Good for them, man. I did not even think that they would be anywhere near a playoff position this year.
Thanks a lot, Elvis.
I thought
Dude, he was – I'm just thinking more about like this analogy. It's like Columbus just shows up. Everybody's drinking, having a good time, but everybody's underage. And they're like, I'm going to call the cops unless you guys shut down the party. And they just never call the cops. They just, like, cause shit. Just stir it up a bit for a round of drinks. There you go. Oh, that'd be so good.
Who would you guys take in that series, Columbus and Boston?
I don't know. It would, like, that's the thing. That's the crazy thing,
Seth
too.
Jones will be healthy.
Yeah. It's the crazy thing is you can't measure it because you have no games to reference recently from how teams have been playing. So it's like, do they come out playing well or do they come out playing like shit? You'll never really fucking know. It's kind of way up in the air. But I would love to see Columbus win that series.
Oh yeah, hands down.
But the series I would be really excited about in the East would be Philly and Pittsburgh.
Philly, Pitt, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Washington Carolina rematch would be sick too.
That would be sick too. And then you finally get the Toronto-Tampa matchup that was supposed to happen the last, 2 years in the second round, but Toronto couldn't get there.
And neither could Tampa.
Last year. They got there 2 years ago.
God.
Man, hockey. Why it got to be so good?
Washington rematch with the Hurricanes.
I just said that.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I was zoned out.
Just dreaming about hockey.
I miss the casino. I want to bet on some playoff hockey.
What about in the West? What series would you look for most besides Edmonton, Calgary? Since we all know that's the number one answer.
What are they again? I don't remember.
Winnipeg and Vegas.
Winnipeg, Vegas, Colorado, Dallas, St. Louis, Nashville.
Colorado, Dallas.
That'd be good too.
That would be a good one.
Dude, just watching Nate McKinnon in the playoffs is
Cale
really
McCarr
fun,
too.
Really fun to watch.
Cale McCarr was good last year, man.
Cale McCarr already has playoff experience, which is crazy.
Colorado might be the team that benefits the most from a layoff to get the full team back.
I don't know, them or Columbus.
Yeah. Well, one in each conference.
Yeah. Now they're gonna meet each other in the finals.
Yeah.
Colorado, Columbus, let's go.
So one other thing that Chris Johnson said, because they were talking about how in 2013 a lot of people were butthurt and they were like, oh, Chicago won. It's not even a real Stanley Cup though. Like it wasn't a full season, but the best four teams were in the conference final that year. Like those four teams would have been in the conference final no matter what, like if it was full season or not. And Johnson said that he's had a couple GMs on teams that are in the playoffs picture, say if we won the cup, it really wouldn't count. It would need an asterisk. And I'm like,
What, for this year?
Yeah. Because they're gonna end up changing the playoff format. They're gonna cut the season down. There's teams that, the Islanders were starting to get on a roll again.
Yeah, the Rangers were on fire.
There's a lot of teams that could have had potentially made it if the season went out. Minnesota was starting to light it up. You never know what could have happened. It sucks. I keep saying it. We got screwed out of one of the greatest hockey seasons we could have had, because when was the last time we had this many teams in each conference battling for a playoff spot? We have 3 guys shooting for 50 goals. We had potentially 8 guys going for at least 100 points.
Yeah.
It's just, this could have been the greatest offensive season that there's just each award, there was no award besides the Art Ross. No, the Art Ross that was locked in. Draisaitl has that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. But all the other ones, anybody could win. I guess President's Trophy too, pretty much.
I'm looking at the full standings. I think every team except for 8 had a legitimate shot at making the playoffs.
And technically, Detroit's the only team eliminated from
the playoffs. Yeah.
Mathematically, they're the only one. When was the last time there was 12 games left in the season? There was only 1 team eliminated.
Yeah.
That's probably happened.
Fuck. Even LA, they're on a 7-game win streak.
Yeah, they were.
But they could have.
Right.
They might have made it, but they could have screwed over a lot of teams that were fighting for.
The Blackhawks were on a 1-game win streak.
Yeah, they did win their last game, so.
They murdered San Jose, which put them in the last of the West. It really did, because LA fucking jumped them with that the last game played in the NHL so far ever.
If you're LA, you're probably pissed about that though. San Jose doesn't even have a first-round pick this year.
Oh, dude, yeah. If you're Ottawa, you're loving it.
Yeah. Fucking idiots.
Oh, that's draft rankings. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the draft rankings would be if they took out dropped down to 68 games. Like how much that changes.
Did you see that somebody was proposing doing a tournament for the first overall pick?
I still kind of
like. Do you have to win or lose?
No, you have to win. So yeah.
So fuck Detroit. Detroit gets screwed double time. They end up getting 15th instead of 1 through 3.
Detroit, yeah, right.
Detroit. The only advantage Detroit gets, they get to play all their games 5-on-3.
Yeah. So they only get 3 guys on the ice. No. Did you ever see the one where it's like I think we've talked about. We probably have. Where like as soon as you get eliminated.
Yeah, the points start.
Playoffs, you start getting points. Whoever has the most points gets the first overall pick.
What?
Yeah. So like Detroit's obviously they've been out for a while.
Yeah.
So each win that they get, those count towards the first overall draft pick. So since you get eliminated first, like you have more games to get more points. Yeah. So whoever ends up with the most points gets the first overall pick.
It's basically, it was proposed or put out there basically so it would prevent teams from tanking.
Right.
Oh.
And even though if you miss the playoffs.
Could you imagine being a team that's supposed to be like a President's winner, but you have everybody locked up for at least 3 years and you're like, yo, this year, fuck it.
Yeah.
Once we get eliminated,
let's
then we turn it on.
Tank till January, don't win a game, and then just win out.
Yeah.
And then next year's our year.
And you end up like a spot out of the playoffs, but fucking just number 1 overall pick.
Like the last game of the year, or you're just literally like 1 point out of a playoff spot. Like there's no way you're gonna get that last point, but it's still just 1 point out.
Would it be straight up award the draft pick, or would it be like odds for the draft lottery?
No.
It would just be straight up awarded.
Yeah, you're playing for that draft pick.
As much as I enjoyed the Hawks jumping up to as much as I enjoyed the Hawks jumping up to number 3 last year, and how they're going to jump to number 1 and screw over Detroit this year, that would be so much more fun.
No, it's definitely San Jose is going to screw over Detroit, and then Ottawa's going to take it over.
Oh my God.
Fucking great! Oh man, I can't wait. I don't care what San Jose gets. If they're in the top 5, I am going to love it.
I'm gonna love it when it's gonna be San Jose's pick that jumps Ottawa's pick.
100%. Yeah, Ottawa's pick gets screwed, but like San Jose's jumps way high. It's gonna be great.
I can't wait. I don't even know like what's happening. I just want hockey. Ooh, tomorrow or like when this actually goes live, if you follow NHL on YouTube, it'll be the top 10 plays of the Chicago Blackhawks season so far.
Yep.
So I like how they say so far.
Yeah, they say so far.
Every video, yeah. Also, Saturday they're doing a live YouTube show with PK Subban where he does like NHL trivia with like current and past players apparently.
Oh shit.
So that might be something to check out.
Also today, which has already passed, but I don't know if it's like an every Thursday thing, but it was Kajula versus DeBrincat in little NHL 20 action. I caught the last like few minutes of it, and DeBrincat won like 9-7 or something because just like the Blackhawks, they can't play any D.
I jumped in, and it was like 2-0 quick for Kajula, and then DeBrincat scored, and it was Strome to DeBrincat. He just like smiled at the camera, and I was like, "Yeah, he knows."
He ended up like, "This is it." He got a hat trick for himself. Like, the 9th
I was
goal.
upset, man. Like if that was me, and like I scored in the video game, like on Twitch, like that. I'm just like, oh, look at that gorgeous face. Like, as soon as they show your face, like, he just sat there. I'm like, dude, come on. Give me something.
Yeah, bud.
Chirp Kajula, man. He's missing his front tooth.
Do you want, Nolly, you want to give us a quick little Hawks talk intro real quick?
What for?
Because there is actually one thing, a report.
Hawks!
Yeah, it hurts my voice to hear that now.
So, completely forgot about this. I want to say thank you to Roy because I was looking at the Riding Pine questions we got.
When did this be Riding Pine then?
No, because it's technically Hawks talk.
It's not a question. We're just talking about it.
Yeah.
It's just a stat.
It's been reported that Bowman is looking to or was thinking about trading Dylan Strome.
Oh, yeah.
Or open to it.
I think it's just him being open to it. As in, like, if teams
Letting
inquire,
people know, yeah.
He's not off limits.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Agree.
I don't think he's openly shopping him. as like it's
just like if you're interested, it is an option.
Yeah, we were talking about it, and then our talk started turning towards like, oh, he's like shopping around for nothing. And it's like kind of like looked at it again. I was like, he's just kind of like open to a trade. Like,
I mean, realistically though, you wouldn't get too much for him because he is a restricted free agent.
You would get more for him for being a restricted free agent.
Yeah, but plus he's proven he's a centerman. He's not a winger. Like he started to decline this year when he was a winger. Once he jumped back to center, he started producing again. But he's also proven he doesn't produce as well unless he's with the Brinket. So like you send him anywhere, it's like, okay, well, he's got chemistry with one guy. Where are you gonna send him fucking Edmonton and line him up with McDavid again? That might be sick.
That would be.
But then he's not a centerman.
Well, McDavid's really good. He could play the wing.
Yeah, he can do whatever the fuck.
I don't.
So what? Strome take faceoffs, and then McDavid can do whatever the fuck. Just let him float.
Well, no. So obviously, he's shopping around because there might be a question about what they can sign because we don't know what the salary cap's going to be. Yeah. What's the price tag for what Strome could ask for? Where you're going to be like, we'll shop you. Like, how much do you think he deserves? Because, he's had one good season in his career.
I mean, you give him a 3-year deal at like, I don't know, 3.5, 4 a year.
How old is he again? Is he 22?
I'll look it up really quick.
Because, I mean, when he looks good, he looks really good.
Yeah.
Like, you can't deny that. But, like, when he's not
he's
playing
23.
Well,
23, yeah. Just turned 23.
You give him a 3-year deal, I think that's pretty good, 26, and then he can sign his big ticket if he does well.
Yeah, I mean, what's
if he's open for that.
The RFA thing where if you sign him, like how DeBrincat's is, where he's signed until he's 25, but his last year of his contract's at like $9 million, even though his actual annual value is at like $6 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like do something like that with like a 2-year deal with him, but not like $9 million. I'm saying like you give him like you give him like $3 million and like 5.5 and end up at like 4.6, like as an annual value, or around 4.5 maybe.
I think that's too much.
I think you start hitting like that $4.5 million range.
I think
you're
the most I'm giving him is 4 per.
I think 3.5 to 4.5 is what sounds good, man. Like I don't know, he had a down year, but it's also dependent on DeBrincat had a down year too. Like,
yeah, but that's exactly it though. Like
right, but if
DeBrincat's not having a good year, you're not gonna have a good year.
Well, if he's assisting on a lot of DeBrincat's goals and he's not scoring, like it doesn't mean he's playing like shit. It just means DeBrincat's not putting the puck away, and like that's diminishing points for both people.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, he's obviously gonna put up more points with DeBrincat, but like, if you want to say you're this good and you deserve this much money, show me what you can do with other players.
Yeah.
Like, start producing with other guys.
Yeah.
He put up 38 points this past season, 51 the year before.
Yeah, DeBrincat had, 40 goals, though?
Yeah, but DeBrincat had a little bit more. I don't know. That's the one thing, though, too. It's
still
like
a plus player, which is really funny.
Yeah. I'm saying, like, if he would have been center all year, I think things would have been different.
Also, the fact that, like, shit got jumbled around the entire time.
Yeah.
That's not helpful to anybody, especially younger players.
It just sucks, too, with these younger players. Now they kind of seem – I don't know if it's just all of them or it's kind of the trends going towards more that they want to get paid now.
That's everybody. That's all the kids.
I mean, what would you rather pay for? Like, would you rather overpay a Strome or would you rather overpay a Seabrook? Like, I'd rather overpay a Strome because at least you get those years.
Yeah.
Where Seabrook is declining big time.
Yeah, you get growth years, basically.
You're paying for their future, not what they've done for you.
And that's the problem. That's where the NHL's shifting at this point because, like, oh, man, there's some contracts. Like, everybody's getting so salty on these contracts that they're like, dishing out to players. And
well, I mean,
it's not happening to, like, the younger guys are the ones that are still fucking hungry.
Right. Yeah. I would hate to be a veteran right now because it's like, oh man, my contract's finally up. I'm finally gonna get paid, and then it's like, no, we're paying the young kids now. You're just gonna get a fucking.
What are you making? 4.5? What do you want? 4.75? All right, sounds good.
What are you making? 4.5? Can you take 2.5? We got to sign this rookie to a $10 million contract.
Yeah, he put up 30 goals last year and 27 assists. What'd you get? 18 goals, 18 assists. Yeah, okay, you're 30. Fuck off.
Yeah. You're out of the league by now, anyway. No, it's gonna be interesting to see like what the contracts are like now because they're saying that the salary cap's not gonna go up, but they're saying it's not gonna go down either, and it's probably gonna stay what it's at now for like a couple of years. Like it's not gonna move up or down for the next couple of years. And they're saying that what's it called? Per diem? No, not per diem. No, the what's
escrow?
It called? Escrow. They said that escrow is gonna be through the fucking roof this next year.
I saw something like you go upwards to like 35% or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
So I mean, after that, after you pay your agent, after you get taxes taken out, you are not making it nearly as much as it looks like you are.
What about this kind of has to do with like the salary cap and stuff like that, but like what if there's like compliance buyouts after this?
Yeah, that's something else they're saying. And honestly, like if I'm a player, like yeah, it would kind of hurt to be like this team wants to pay me to not play for them and another team goes and signs me because then I'm getting paid from this team to go play for another team. But at the same time,
a little Brad Richards situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But also like same time, you're getting paid fucking twice. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll take that big ticket and like a small ticket and combine them for.
Plus, you're looking at it's gonna be such a godsend for the Hawks though there too.
But we kind of talked about it last week. There's really not too many guys that can do
Seabrook,
it.
That's it.
Keith and Seabrook, that's about it. Yeah.
I don't think you buy out Keith either, though.
No, I don't even think
he does have a decent. He still has a decent cap.
It's not bad.
You're still using him as a top 2 defenseman too, and he's become like a leader of the team. Like Siebes, it hurts.
Him and Boquist.
Yeah, Siebes, it hurts because you want that leadership, but fuck that cap space.
Well, I'm definitely interested to see how Seabrook comes out of all these surgeries too, because like if it's like he was declining because he was really, really fucking hurting. And like he comes back and he's not obviously not as good as he was, but like he comes back and he's like a solid player. That'd be awesome. But like if he comes back and he's like just like he was, it's like
I think it's more gonna be towards that.
It's gonna be weird. I don't think he's gonna end up gaining a step, you know.
No, and I'm not saying that, but like if he can come in and be a great shutdown D, like a Jarom guy, like that'd be awesome. That'd be perfect.
I love him. I love Seabrook so much, man. Like he's done so much for the team, and I just wish nothing but like good things for him. And it sucks that he's in the situation where it's like, yeah, I talk about like buying him out, but it's only because of his contract. It has nothing to do with him as a player. I fucking love him as a player.
Oh yeah.
Like in a situation where Seabrook's not that person, you still want to buy out that person. You know, like it has nothing to do with him. And
people talk about
him to be good. He's been so amazing. Sorry, before you even go, it was really fucking like great. I was this video popped up on YouTube. It was a recommended video. It was just 26 minutes of amazing sports moments to get over your coronavirus like quarantine, and I watched it, and it was like not like a ton of like hockey clips, but there was some like every once in a while. Literally didn't even have Patrick Kane's fucking overtime 2010 game-winning goal, but it had Seabrook's fucking 2013 conference finals game-winning goal in overtime against Detroit, and I was like, fuck, man, Seabrook, I love you. You scored the most clutch goals at the most clutch times, and
in Boston, I mean, in the final against Boston, he had an OT one.
He's so fucking awesome.
He's so clutch.
Like if you buy out a player like him, you can't just re-sign him. Like that's one of the rules for it too. Is like
you have to wait a full calendar year.
You can't sign that player again for a year.
Yeah,
you have to wait a full year. It's like I don't want to lose him as a Blackhawk, but it's like you also want that cap space for players that you can use. You know, like fuck, it's shitty.
I mean, you can't fall in love with your players though. It's a business, you know.
We can fall in love with the players though, and like,
I mean, like as like a management or something like that. Like you can't just be giving away money to guys because what they've done for you. Like you need to look towards the future and be like, I mean, can we fill this with a different guy? You know, a younger guy that can produce more. You know, it's just it would suck to see him in any other jersey or if he retired out of this. But like, I'd rather make new memories and keep those old memories than keep sucking. You know?
Yeah.
True.
So, all right. Well, that was all for the hot sock. So now we just got one.
Got
one riding pine question.
You're riding the pine pony, pal.
And it actually applies to everybody here because we all played high school hockey. This is from the Instagram account Washed Up Goalie. He asked, "What is
Tanner?
What's up?" That's not me.
He asked,
I'm not washed up.
What is your best high school hockey memory?
Oh, hands down, I got mine.
Well,
fuck. Poets wore a goalie cam against me, and I sniped him right over it. Are you kidding me?
What?
It's fantastic. Yeah, dude. He wore. They have a in the IHSA or whatever the hell it is. There's a rule about Poets not wearing goalie cams. Like you can't wear goalie cams.
That's really funny.
I scored 2 on him, and 1 I had a breakaway. I just put it right over his shoulder, right next to the camera, and then you just see me jump into the glass right in front of my dad, like on camera.
That's
Filthy.
sick.
There's like 300 fans at the game, dude. It was wild.
Wait,
Hands
he
down.
put that online?
No, he sent it to me.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I do.
Put it online.
Oh yeah. I used to send it to him randomly, and he would get so angry.
That's amazing. Oh my
yeah,
god.
hands down there. Yeah. And that game was fucking wild, man. It was the Arctic was packed. It was
those are the
wild fucking.
Oh,
thing.
now I have like
it was
3
great,
things
man.
that I want to talk about.
that was dope. That was so much fun.
Fuck.
Go ahead, Tanner.
So one of literally 3 at this point. First one is my freshman year. We had like our high school all-star or our high school all-star game, no, like reunion game, whatever. Like there wasn't enough players from the past to like play, so it was just them versus the varsity team, and like somehow Joe Corvo got to play in it. Like former NHLer Joe Corvo, who played for like Ottawa, was drafted by the LA Kings, played for the Carolina Hurricanes. He lived in Forest Park, which is like right by where Oak Park is, and he got to play in our fucking like alumni game. And it was like we had like a practice beforehand, and he fucking took a clapper from outside the blue line, and I'm a fucking 14-year-old kid. And I just fucking I tried to glove it, and nope. Like that shit. It looked so effortless, and I was like scared the shit out of me. Scared the fucking shit out of me. So that's number 1.
Can I jump in with another one?
Yeah, go ahead.
I destroyed Quinville's kid one game.
Me too. Me too.
I ran right through him, and he chirped me, and I just looked at him and I go, "Oh yeah, your daddy definitely got you on varsity, bud." And he just kept chirping me, and we both got tossed in the box for chirping. We literally got on the benches. We're leaning over the benches, chirping each other, and the ref goes, "Fuck you both," and throws us both in the box. We go to the red line, chirp each other all the way to the box. Awesome.
That's amazing.
And his dad was there. It was sick.
Yeah, the one time I played him, somebody two-handed his stick.
This is in high school?
Yeah.
What high school was he at?
Hinsdale.
Oh,
So
okay.
somebody two-handed his stick, and he starts crying. He goes, "This is a Marty Havlat stick."
Oh,
and we're like, "Oh, cool story."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having that.
So Quinville is behind the net, like just watch. His dad's behind the net watching, and I see him coming around behind the net, head down, and I see his dad there. I'm like, "Oh, I'm fucking going." I don't throw hits, but I'm like, "I'm fucking going." Go right in front of Joel, shoulder down. Fucking destroyed and bested I think I've ever thrown in my entire life.
That's an
and
only hit.
And I just look up at Joel and I just smile and just skate away. It was that was my favorite, probably my favorite hit I've ever thrown. That was probably my favorite one. I'll say that.
Unreal. Well,
he's trying to get a fucking contract in high school. The same Minnesota, bud.
Yeah, Jesus. Fucking 2 of 3 now. I had gotten shit-faced the night before a game, and my dad found out because I was fucking hammered, and he was our manager, and he was driving me to the game, and like I'm passed out in the car because I'm fucking so like exhausted, and it's a home game, and he goes, I swear to fucking God, if you play like shit, like you're never gonna leave this fucking house ever again. And I was like, I'll be fine, don't worry about it. 52 saves shutout against Miracle Central. Just like looked at him in the stands after the game, and he's just like videotaping the game because that's what he did. And he just like looks at me and he's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, now do I have to let him go out and get shit-faced every time? Like,
is he better?
Like, am I still mad about this? Like, what do I do? And one of the things I remember from the game was literally there was a pass from the corner out to the slot, and I like splits across, and the kid fucking one-teed it off my nuts. And then I just fucking sat down and covered it. And I was just so in the zone. I was like, oh my God, I heard that. I was like, yeah, man, it's called a save. Just like fucking, just like unreal. And then memory 3 of 3 was when Fenwick was super good. And it was like our junior year. And we played at the same home rink, OPRF and Fenwick. And they were like top 3 like rated, and like we're doing okay in our conference, and fucking we only lost 2-1, but the place was packed. Like you could hear the stadium like 2 blocks away from our high school. I heard like people had told me, they were like, we could hear the fucking stadium. It was crazy. And I put on a fucking show of just like making insane saves, which led to like later on when we had the All-Star game, the Fenwick players that were on my team, they're like, yo, if you were on our team, we'd win state for sure. Like, I was like, yeah, man, no big deal. They're like,
oh, that's cool. I don't mind being a star.
They're like, the fucking shit that you pulled the whole time was insane. Like, there was literally like fucking cross ice, like 1-tees that I was like coming across on the splits and gloving at my toe, and they're just like, what the fuck? Who is this kid? I was just like, ain't no thing, baby.
I'll never understand your arena, the rink that you guys played out of. You guys had legitimate benches, like park benches, on the visitors bench.
Yeah.
What?
It's because it's a park district.
Like it was, that was like I hated that rink.
We had like regular benches. I don't know. You can go behind them. You can go in front of them. I don't know. That whole thing's fucking renovated ever since I left. But
dude, that place is nice now.
Is it nice? It was
really
it was a
nice.
dump. Like I remember playing there.
It's park district. That's why.
Yeah, but any other memories, Nolly?
I mean, there's tons of them, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was one game we had a tournament in Michigan, and I got a hat trick one game, and I remember there was one play, one of the goals. The puck was flying through the air. I grabbed it. I walked right around the defenseman, and I was holding him off with one hand. I had one hand on my stick. He tripped me, and as I was sitting on my ass, I backhand toe dragged it and roofed it one hand backhand over the goalie's shoulder. And I get to the bench, and my coach just goes, "Did you just one hand that off your ass?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Fucking rights, you did." And then it was even funnier. Well, it makes it not as cool because then we were in the lobby, or we were in the elevator, me and one of my teammates, and we were talking, and one kid from the team we just played and his mom were in the elevator, and they were like, something happened where it came up that I was 18 because I was a senior, and the mom goes, "Wait a minute, you're 18?" And the kid on my team's like, "Yeah, he's got a fucking beard. How old do you think he is?"
Why is she? Wait, she was in the locker room?
No. We were in the elevator. It was a tournament.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
I was like, is she trying to
goes,
catch some
yeah, our
dick?
whole team's freshman and sophomore. I was like, well, I feel terrible now. I should have had at least 6 goals against you guys, not 3. But yeah, that was funny.
Well,
it was a good time.
My freshman year, we played in a tournament in Michigan, but we show up and we find out that we got signed up for a men's league tournament. So we're walking into the rink and you hear, "Good luck, Daddy." We're like, what the fuck?
Ooh,
yo,
who
brought the girl calling you daddy?
Who the fuck's the manager of that squad? Signed up a high school team for fucking a men's league tourney.
Also, I only played 2 years of high school, and one of the years, obviously, I got injured and missed the whole year. So
sick.
Yeah, broken wrist, whatever, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any Poetzy memories. I always jokingly blame Poetzy for any of my high school career, letting up a soft goal in state, but he didn't. Our team sucked that year. But
you guys wouldn't have gone to the UC anyway, bud.
No, we wouldn't have. No, that game was fucking nuts. So my senior year, our last state game, one of the dads got 2 school buses to bring fans up to we were playing Notre Dame at Notre Dame's high school or whatever. Brought 2 fan buses and apparently loaded it up with alcohol. So these kids are fucking hammered, and there's there was a priest from Notre Dame at the stadium, and our fans were just like chirping him the entire time. Yeah,
classic.
It was a fucking mess.
Not my priest, not my problem. That's what I always say. So.
I forget who it was, but somebody made a joke, and they were like, "Didn't you go a little far about like that joke about like the Catholic priest?" And he's like, "Didn't that priest go a little far? Didn't that priest go a little far?"
That's fucking good shit. Yeah, man, high school hockey. Shit was fun.
It's terrible, but it was a great time.
Yeah. It's so bad now. I don't know.
I mean, it was bad when we played, but
I don't know how Poets coached it for so long. That was like some of the worst hockey. But
Coach Poach here.
Coach Poach.
Coach Poach is never here.
Yeah. But all right, boys. Got anything else you wanna toss in?
I'm losing my mind. What? Yeah. I went for a drive yesterday. It was fantastic. I haven't gotten gas. I haven't gotten gas in a month. I've saved so much money on gas.
It's $1.85 by me.
It's $1.75 by me, and I can't even get it. I don't need it.
Just go fill up a bunch of like gas cans.
I know.
Jeez. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I'm going crazy.
Yeah, well,
went outside today.
Hey, follow me on Twitch. We frequent the CODs. Me Nolly 24.
It's literally me Nolly 24.
Yeah, dude. Saw it.
I'm Drunk Chell on Twitch.
Hey, we should definitely fucking Twitch and play some share play NHL.
Good.
Do it.
I don't know. I gotta figure out how that would work, but yeah. Shit. Like I say every time, follow me on PlayStation and Xbox. WCBP _Tanner. Nailed it.
All right. So that'll be episode 96 from us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on iTunes or Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Leave us a review. Tell us how much we suck or how much you like us. Yeah, other than that, we will
other than that, go take a shower, everybody.
Yeah, or have a beer.
You need it. No, bring it in the shower. You need it.
Shower beers.
Yeah.
And let's hope that this is all over within 21 days and we can actually go out again. So for Tanner, Nolly, and Jarom, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Bye.
And bye. I love you.